Hi, I'm Jaideep. I'm the executive editor at Firstpost, and this is Venkat, he's the editor.
Hello.
We had a sort of a very busy 2016, which in a sense for us was an agenda setting year. We put in place several editorial initiatives that we thought we would grow over 2016 and then begin to refine in 2017. Firstpost has long had this identity of being confined to debate and commentary about politics and the economy. But we felt that the people who come to read Firstpost don't just confine their discussions to politics and economy, and that there are larger conversations that take place, and this commentary that happens and analysis that happens, which ranges beyond just the politics of what's happening in the country to culture and arts and entertainment and sports.
The kind of coverage that we have done of sports other than cricket, kabaddi, badminton, hockey,
even chess,
even racing, right?
Yeah, Formula 1.
So I think that kind of defined the broadening of our base.
One of those measures that we sort of adopted was to carve out cricket as a separate, section in itself, which is what First Cricket is. Yeah. The approach to coverage hasn't really changed. We have the same incisive live blogs, we have the same kind of analysis. You need this flavor, this sense of what's happening on the ground, even in sports, especially in sports coverage, which is why we have someone from the sports desk at the stadium where it's taking place.
101 reporters. There's an organization which has, they have about 500 reporters who are all freelancers all across the country. So using them, and with Jaideep kind of being in touch with them regularly, we have been able to cover some of the biggest events, what do you call the marquee events
as they unfolded. The kind of pop culture that drives conversations in this country is centered on Bollywood or the Hindi film industry, and also a lot of the regional cinema that happens. And we thought that it's imperative that we sort of open up the conversation to bring in discussions about regional cinema, about television, about Hindi cinema and so on, which is what we did with Shosha, which we launched recently. That I think is one of the big projects that we're very proud of. We ought to give the pop culture of this country the respect that it deserves, which means that don't speak to or at readers, but speak from within the community, which is what Shosha does, which is celebrating the silliness, celebrating the madness, celebrating the color, celebrating all the chaos that sort of that prevails within the Indian film industry. First Culture, which went live just last week, which looks at all the other arts and culture. And so even there we brought in commentators, we brought in collaborators. For instance, we have someone like Matthew Foss, who is a very well-known curator of photography in India, and we collaborate with him to sort of try and look at the kind of photography that happens in India.
Faking news is a product that immediately, whether somebody has read the website or not, I think just the name brings a smile to people's lips, and wherever I go, they're actually surprised that the same Firstpost, which is a very, what do you call, we are always into conflicts, we are discussing all kinds of, we're deep into debate, and then from the same house you have faking news, right, which has a completely irreverent attitude. So I think that's a product that we are going to really put some effort into.
Tech 2 is something that is actually very close to both what Venkat wants to do and what we want to do with Firstpost, which is that, not just look at tech as being
gadgets,
being driven by gadgets and games, but actually to look at the confluence of policy, of society and technology. So we have a new tech editor who is going to sort of have his own little show, and who's also going to come and talk to you guys about what he wants to do. And you will see that in 2018, Tech 2 is going to take on an identity of its own.
So in 2018, Shosha, First Cricket, First Culture, Tech 2, the Firstpost brand itself, the politics of politics, which is a big part of Firstpost. The entire energy of Firstpost is going to be going into building these things and taking them to new heights.
Yeah. This is the app.
Yes.
We don't want to sort of give you the name right now,
yes.
But you know, you should know that this is an app that, in a sense, distills everything that Firstpost stands for.
Yes, okay.
It is an app unlike any other news app that you will see, because it is not about breaking news or news update, because that's what everyone else does.
2018, you will see that we will reach out to you more than we have in the last maybe a year or two.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to be a relationship that's really going to strengthen in 2018.
Right.
So see you later.
Thanks.